Hey guys, GreenGuitarGuy here, and welcome back to another update from our LEGO City. In today's video, we're going to continue working on the boardwalk shops by adding in a bank. And later on, we're going to show you our most expensive piece of LEGO and how we're going to use it in the city. So in our last update, we did a little bit more work on the boardwalk and we got the LEGO store added in. It's a little bit lonely there, so we figured we need some more shops alongside. You guys made some great recommendations on shops in the last video, so we're working on getting like parts ordered through Bricklink to build the shops that you guys suggested. But in the meantime, we're gonna work on one of the builds that we actually had on hand. So one of the buildings that the kids and I had talked about adding in was a bank. So it's not really a shop or boardwalk themed, but people do need access to their money to be able to shop here on the boardwalk. So we did a little bit of searching for bank sets that LEGO has made. We went to brickset.com, and LEGO has made a few different sets. There's an awesome old like red classic bank from when I was a kid, and that's an awesome set. Kind of like to have that, but I don't know if that fits really here. The most recent set that with a bank is set 60245, which is Monster Truck Heist, and that's probably the most easy to find. But it's just like a single-story building, and the colors are a little bit boring. Not that it's bad; it's just not my favorite. Then I saw set 3661, Bank and Money Transfer, and I really like that one. It's got great use of colors. I think it'll brighten up the boardwalk. And I was able to find it on eBay for a great price. So that's the one that we're gonna build. It was missing a few pieces, but I think that I have most of those in my collection, so we should be all set. So let's get building. So inside we've got the teller area over here, and that looks great. They've got like a section where I don't know if these are like checks or bank statements or something over there. Coffee mug, computer, and then upstairs they've got the vault. That's pretty cool with a little vault door and an area where you can the shelving units for you to stack gold and cash. That looks pretty great. And then up top they've got like the trap door, I guess where the robbers break in. So that's pretty cool. It also came with a few vehicles. We've got the police vehicle over here, which I'm not a huge fan of. I don't know, just not my favorite build for a police vehicle, but I am a huge fan of the armored van here. This looks pretty cool. This is a great little build. And we've got a couple minifigures with it. We've got the bank manager, we've got the security guard, we've got a bank robber, a police officer, They also threw in an extra robber because I got this on eBay. Alright, taking a quick break from the build. At the beginning of the video I told you we would show you our most expensive single Lego piece that we have purchased, which is here in this box. So Lego makes prototypes of their parts, sometimes in different colors than they actually run on their production line. And we picked up a fedora, and they made these, a prototype of these in red. There are no red fedoras in Lego sets, so they're pretty rare. They show up on Bricklink every once in a while, and they're usually around $100. So I found a seller on Bricklink, and I was able to negotiate him down to $30, which is still a lot for a single Lego piece, but it is rare, and we do have a purpose for it. So the kids and I were talking through ideas of minifigures that we would like to have here in our city, and they mentioned that it would be cool to have a Carmen Sandiego minifigure, which I'm not sure if you're familiar with Carmen Sandiego, but back when I was a kid they had a TV show called Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, and she was like a villain that went around the world with her team like stealing different artifacts, and it was kind of like an educational show for kids to learn about like different parts of the world. Netflix recently made a cartoon series on this, and we've actually been watching it, but Carmen Sandiego actually isn't bad in this one. She's working against the bad guys, and the Acme Detective Agency doesn't know it. Anyway, so for building the minifigure, she wears a red fedora, a red trench coat, and black pants. So we've got our fedora, and we're going to take some pieces. We're going to take the reporter here. See if I can get that in focus. The reporter from set 75912, Porsche 911 GT finish line. And we're going to use her torso and legs. And then we're also going to take the judge from the Series 9 minifigures. Get that in focus there. Alright, and we're going to take his robe. That's the closest thing that I can find to a red trench coat that Lego makes. So I'll take that off of him. Set that off to the side. And so we'll take the reporter. And we'll put the robe on her, and I think this will look kind of like a trench coat there. And we're going to change out her face too, because the face of the reporter was kind of like, I don't know, very smiley, and I think it'd be good to have something a little bit more mischievous. So we'll change out to this face. Let's see if I can get that in focus. I think that looks a little bit better for Carmen Sandiego. And we'll put the hat on. So our plan is not just to make a Carmen Sandiego minifigure, but also to hide her around our city as kind of like an Easter egg in each of our Lego City updates for you to find. And we'll probably give like a shout out in each of the updates to the first person or people that have spotted her. So if you happen to see her again in this video somewheres, leave a comment below, and we'll give a shout out to you in our next update video. Alright, so we've got the bank placed here on the boardwalk right next to the Lego store. Sometimes when we're making videos, like days or weeks pass when we first start the video till like the end. Sometimes because we're waiting for parts, or we just don't have time to like finish the builds and the different segments that go into the videos. So a little bit of time has like passed since we first started this video, and I've been reading your comments on the last video where we built the Lego store. And some of your comments were that the Lego store being like 2 stories tall, it's just really too tall, and it kind of covers up the retaining wall that's behind it there. And so the bank being 2 stories tall will also cover up the more of the retaining wall. And I wasn't really worried about having 2-story buildings down here originally, but your comments got me thinking about the shops that would be here on the boardwalk and what they would look like. So I've actually spent the past 2 weeks working on designs in studio for like 6 different shops that are gonna appear on the boardwalk here. So they're like smaller 1-story shops. I have 4 of those shops actually completed, and the parts are ordered right now. So you'll be seeing videos on that coming up pretty soon. And since this is like prime real estate right here in the middle, I was kind of thinking that, you know, like if we move the bank and the Lego store, maybe that might be good. Maybe we'll just stick with like kind of more boardwalk themed shops right here. So I'm kind of thinking, what if we move the, here, I'm gonna go handheld the camera. What if we built, what if we take the bank and the Lego store, and I'm thinking of like moving down to this section of the city. You can see over here we've got a bunch of smaller builds out here in front of the raised part of the city. So we've got our big modular buildings up top and some of the smaller buildings below. And we haven't really developed this area of the city, like right over there where I've got the controls for the train. And so that was in our plans to kind of work on this area. And it seems, I don't know, it seems like that would, those two builds would actually fit really nicely in there. I've mentioned before that I'm actually really liking, like right now I'm actually really liking these kind of like smaller builds that Lego has done. Just kind of brings me back to like my childhood with like the open backs and stuff like that. And it makes it easy for like the kids to be able to play with it here and stuff. So, so I think we're gonna actually we'll work on kind of developing this area, and we'll move those two buildings over. So I'm gonna cut out right now, and I'll bring you back once we've got a little progress done. Alright, so we've got the Lego store and the bank moved down to this lower platform by the train tracks here, in front of the Security Mutual building, which is on the platform up behind it. And I think it looks pretty nice. We're gradually working on getting this area developed. Certainly not entirely developed yet, but we're making a little bit of progress here. So I'm liking the fence that's along the train tracks, just to kind of keep people from falling into it with the passenger train coming through there. And then we've got the sidewalk area. We've got like a little courtyard area in between the two buildings there with a fence and a tree and some flowers, which is looking pretty nice there. Over on the bank you can see we've got some robbers that have kind of broken in there and are escaping through the skylight, and they've got their money there. And the sidewalk area is looking pretty busy here. We've got a bunch of minifigures out and about. Then moving down here to the train platform. So we had the standard train platform that came with the passenger train, and I thought it's about time that we just kind of changed things up a little bit. And so I had some extra pieces around, just kind of played around with some of the tile work on it. I'm liking that the dark blue and the white with the yellow markings along the side there, just to kind of keep people back from falling off into the train tracks. I'm also really liking that sloped wedge piece that's up on the top, kind of acting as a little bit of a roof. It doesn't really cover it, but it kind of looks, I don't know, it's just got a nice look to it, that dark blue. And we just kind of used the sign there with the Lego City and the rail line, just to kind of support that. And I think it looks pretty nice. And on the train platform, we've got some Sigfigs that have joined our city that are waiting here for the train. We've got Zabadak and Rocky Bricks. We've got Heather's Bricks, Lego Matt NY, Robin Hull, and Brick Family, along with GreenGuitarGuy here waiting for the train. Alright, so this video turned out a little bit differently than I had planned, but thanks for rolling with all the changes midstream. Next time we will work on the boardwalk. So if you were able to find Carmen Sandiego in the footage after we built her, drop a comment below, let us know where you saw her. And that's all we got for today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, if you could give it a thumbs up. Thumbs, subs, and comments are always appreciated. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. We will catch you later. Bye-bye.